Wiggins out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Wiggins, how you doing?
Good morning, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, sir.
I just wanted to comment about the video from yesterday,
Which video was that?
the one where the lady was blocking the man from getting in the building.
Oh, where the white woman was blocking the black guy there in St. Louis?
Yes.
Yes.
I was kind of surprised. I'm kind of lost on this one. What your guys' take on it? Why was she not wrong? And us saying that he should have just gave her the apartment, or black people are like not allowed privacy, right?
That's a good question. So what Wiggins is referring to, in case you didn't see it, this apartment building in St. Louis, and it's blacks and whites live there apparently. This black guy was trying to get into the building. This white woman who lives there saw him. She went to the door, and she wanted to know, who are you? Why are you here? What do you want? And he was like, none of your business. I'm trying to paraphrase it now. None of your business. He was trying to get in, and she was like, trying to stop him. He turns his phone on, the camera on, and he videotaped the whole thing. He finally got into the building, and this white woman followed him all the way up to his apartment, and he was like, you look stupid. Why are you watching me? So he put the video out. It went viral. And what I said about it, Wiggins, is that the woman could be overreacting, but black people have, not all, black people have put themselves in a position by not correcting themselves and not correcting their children and overreacting to police and all that, blaming white folks, that no one trusts them now. And so the good blacks are having to suffer with the bad. And it's not going to change until black people correct themselves, self-correct. And so white people and most other cultures do not trust black people at all today. Do you disagree with that?
I don't disagree with that, but what I'm saying is, like, from this specific situation, if we want to talk about individual responsibility,
hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Okay.
Do not hang up. So Wiggins was talking about this black guy who tried to get into his apartment building to go to his apartment. The white woman tried to stop him. I just want to give you one soundbite so you can see what he's talking about. Here's that.
A tenant who lives on the third floor of the Elder Shirt Lofts created a roadblock.
I don't like the fact you have your phone in my face.
Okay, I don't like the fact that you're blocking me for where I pay.
All I'm asking is what unit.
But I don't need to tell you that information, man.
If you want to come into my building.
It's not your building. You're not the owner. You pay rent.
Sir, you walked up on a street.
Yes, and I've already buzzed in.
Amazing. And so that's what Wiggins was asking about. Let's see, where's Wiggins? Wiggins.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you're looking at it, I can see that the woman, if I didn't know what was going on, it's overreaction, it seems. Because how can you just stop someone from coming into their own building, right? But because of the high crime rate in St. Louis, put on by black people there, not all blacks, not all, but most, there's a great concern now in this country. People are just afraid of black people, even the good ones.
I can understand that, but from my point of view, I think we have to look at it as an individual on individual basis, and she's wrong because.
But how do you look at it as an individual on an individual basis when you don't know which black to trust?
Well, the same way that the blacks are saying, well, all cops are killing black people, when that's not true, I think white people need to do the same thing. This woman, to me, is evil, and she doesn't have love.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. I'm sorry. So, Wiggins,
yes, sir.
When this black guy went to the door there to get into the building to go to his apartment, you can't read his heart right then and there, his character. And so I understand the points you're making, and I'm not arguing against your points per se, but the way that this situation is going to change is that black people, not all, but most, got to change their character. They got to raise better children. They got to act better. They got to stop overreacting in the public. They have to stop being so mean.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Jesse,
Yeah,
but I
know.
think all people need to change. And in this case, this woman, I think she got exactly what she deserved. just like I think everybody gets what they deserve.
And what did she get that she deserved?
She deserved to be exposed because maybe the next time before she would have tried something like this with someone who could have actually hurt her, she would think twice about doing that. So,
she got fired.
Yeah,
Should she have lost her job behind this?
I'm not saying she should have lost her job.
But I'm asking, what
that,
do you think? Should she have lost her job?
No, I don't think she should have lost her job.
Yeah, she got fired for this. Isn't that terrible?
Well, I don't have an opinion about that. If that's what has to happen for her life to be saved from a future encounter from someone, I'm okay with that.
Amazing.
Because she can always get another job.
She was protecting her home.
I don't see it that way, Jesse. The building didn't belong to her.
But she lived there.
And for example, this has to be an evil woman. Could you imagine your mother, your daughter, your sister trying to stop someone, a man, a black man that they're afraid of? That's not her place. Would you say that any woman, like if he was someone who was dangerous, what was she going to be able to do about it? She completely handled it wrong if she was afraid.
I would hope that my mother has aspired, but my sister ran into that situation. They will see how to deal with it properly.
I agree with that. And the proper way to do if that were my wife, I would not expect my wife to be stopping some man from coming into a building. You're already overpowered. You're outmatched. If you feel the man is a danger, you call the building security or you call the police, and you do that. But you don't put yourself at
there are many, Mamma Mia, black people who are afraid of black people.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Oh,
but
okay.
just because you're afraid, you should still handle the situation correctly. That doesn't mean you should handle the situation incorrectly.
What do you want, Joel? Joel, I want to say something. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the clock here. Joel, what do you want to say?
No, she stood up though.
How come we have to tell him to turn the camera on?
It takes me some time. You gotta.
He is so slow.
She stood up though. That's my own thing. Is that she stood up.
What did she stand up to?
Because she didn't know for sure who this guy was, if he was going to be a threat or anything, whatever the case is, and she had every right to do so.
But she could have did it out of love.
But she
did not do it out of love.
But what is out of love? How do you know what is out of love?
She could have introduced herself and said, "This is who I am. I live in the building. This is
she
where
did do that.
I haven't seen you here before. Who are you?"
All she did was ask for his unit number, and he couldn't even give her the unit number.
Did she give her unit number?
What?
Did she give her unit number?
He didn't ask for it.
Did she offer it to him?
She asked. That wasn't the point. She asked him what his unit number was, just to make sure he's going.
So because you're black, you no longer have privacy. Whenever a white person asks you,
no, it's not. Yes, James. It's not because you're black. What do you want to say? This is my producer, James. Go ahead, James.
She doesn't have to be. She doesn't have to be afraid of him to confront him. She could. I mean, anybody could have. Anybody could size that. Anybody could size that man up and say, okay, this is somebody who's safe to confront. But he still may have been a problem person. There's a lot of people who you're not afraid of, but there's still a problem person. So she wasn't wrong to do what she did. I agree with what Joel was saying.
Well, I guess we're going to have to absolutely disagree. But if this was a white guy, you would still feel the same way.
That's irrelevant. There's the majority of crime in St. Louis is committed by blacks.
Right.
So what we're telling black people that when they hear on the news, even though it's not real, when they hear the news that black cops are trying to kill black people, they should just be okay with that.
I don't understand.
That's irrelevant.
Yeah. I don't know what you're doing, man. That's not good what you just said.
Why? I don't understand. This woman did something that was wrong.
What did she do wrong?
None of you. So women can just stop a man.
No, what did she do wrong? What did she do wrong? Let's don't do the women man thing.
Wrong. Okay, if she was afraid, it's not. Let's just say this guy was really dangerous. What was she going to be able to do to stop him?
Many times, it just takes a confrontation to make somebody back down.
She just
from doing the wrong thing.
All she had to do was stood up, and that's what she did.
Nobody said that she was afraid.
Wiggins, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, buddy. You sound disappointed. Fredrick is a first-time caller out of Arlington, Texas. Fredrick, thank you for calling, and thanks for holding. You're on the air.
How's it going, Jay?
All is well, sir. How are you?
All is well on my end as well, man. I was just calling to discuss...
A little louder for me?
I said I was just calling to discuss incident that occurred with the tenant stopping the black individual from entering his apartment building.
Yeah, they're in St. Louis.
Yeah, in St. Louis. So I was.
Are you on a speakerphone, Fredrick?
I actually just took you off. Is that better?
Yeah, never, ever, never, never, but never, ever, 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 never, never, never call a radio or TV show on a speaker. It doesn't come across clear.
See, I understand. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. No problem. Won't happen again.
All right.
But yes, I was. I thought your take on it was interesting. I didn't agree with it, but I did think it was interesting. Your take and everyone else's was that you guys thought the lady was in the right and the guy was in the wrong. That he should have, I guess, complied with the lady's demands and presented his information. Is that what you guys were saying yesterday?
Yeah, because of the perception that most blacks have created of themselves, and so most culture today are afraid of black people because of their attitude, the violence of the young men and women, and how they attack cops and they blame white people and they're now killing white people and doing that kind of thing.
Right.
People are afraid of blacks, so you kind of got to deal with that until blacks reestablish themselves by correcting themselves as they were prior to the civil rights movement.
Okay, I can understand take, but that's what I thought was interesting about your take, because I thought if everyone went along with that train of thought. Like you say, I hear you say a lot that white people are the most hated individuals on this planet. So
yes,
and so if black people actually treated white people that way, wouldn't that just make things worse? As you were saying, whites are just treating blacks the way that they depicted themselves to warrant to be treated. Correct?
Black people are treating white people the way that white people want to be treated.
I know what I'm saying. If we were to go off what you said, by let's just black people have this stigma attached to them that they're violent, bad people, and you say that black people hate all white people, most blacks, not all, but most blacks. And if blacks were actually to treat white people with I guess aggression, the same aggression that lady treated the black individual with, wouldn't you say that would just only be making the world a worse place than it is?
If I'm understanding you right, the white woman, she could or could not be overreacting, right? But the reason she's overreacting is because it's well known in this country, and it seems to be happening around the world, but in this country, most, not all, but most black people are out of control. And most black people are angry and violent and out of control, right? And so, but then amongst the most, there are some good black people who are not like that.
Exactly, for sure.
But how would you know, though? Because you can't tell. If majority of black people are out of control, how would you know the good ones? And so if you end up in a situation like that, the woman, yes, may be overreacting, but you explain to her, I live here. I understand why you're doing this, but I do live here. I live in an apartment, whatever. And you can move on because she doesn't know who the good ones are in comparison to the bad ones.
Exactly. But I would feel like that would make the good ones feel some type of way as well, where every time a person approaches them, it treats them like they're one of the bad ones, that they have to say, well, look, hey, I'm not one of the bad ones. I'm here. I'm a good one. They'd be having to say that every day if that was the case.
Well, not necessarily. It wouldn't happen every day. It possibly can happen sometimes, but it would happen every day. And you wouldn't feel bad about it because you understand why they're doing it. And, of course, you don't want to be treated that way, but since blacks have not self-corrected, they have not corrected themselves, and they have, and not all, but both, and they have not corrected their own quote-unquote people, they have now allowed this to be established.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that point of view as well.
Do you agree with it?
Do I agree with it? Somewhat. I can't 100% agree with it because I think we should judge people off their action and not judge them off their
But it's
race.
hard to know when the majority of a segment of the population is out of control.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think this guy was carrying himself in any thuggish manner.
He didn't seem to be. But why didn't he operate with her properly? Instead, he turned his phone on. He wouldn't answer the questions. You know, he right away he developed a sense of attitude with her.
Yeah, I kind of saw that, and I could kind of relate.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on, Fredrick.
Yeah.
Hold on. James, tell him to be a little clearer with his phone. Back in a moment. So, Fredrick, I have been walking down the road, and a woman, white woman, or sometimes a Mexican woman would see me coming and grab their purse. You know, they don't know me, but I'm black. And right away, Satan want me to be offended by, you know, he started talking to you in your head. Oh, look, they grabbing your purse because of you. Go off on them, right? But because I know the voice of Satan now, I don't give in to that. And then likewise, I understand why they're grabbing their or holding tight to their purses, because so many young black men and women deliberately have gone out and snatched the purses of white women especially, but other women as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand it, and that way I don't take it personally.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it personally either. I would just, like I say, I would try to show her through my actions that I'm not one of those type of black people that I guess that she may have heard about or may have had a previous encounter with that didn't go well.
So that young guy that got the black guy at the door at the apartment building should say, I understand why you feel this way, but I live here. Here's where I live, and blah, blah, blah. The situation would have turned out well.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it actually turned out well in itself. I think this is like a wake-up call for people just to see how you can handle these situations differently.
But it didn't turn out well for the woman. She lost her job.
That's true. I mean, she has to suffer the consequences. She felt like she had something to stand up for, and if you feel like you have something to stand up for, you have you have to suffer the consequences for standing up for that as well.
But it's not a fair consequence because she wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah, I understand. Life isn't fair.
Why do you say life isn't fair?
Why do I say that?
Uh-huh.
I just think that's a fact. I mean, life tends not to be fair to most individuals.
But life is fair.
Life is fair?
Have you ever gotten anything in life that you didn't deserve?
Have I ever gotten anything in life that I did not deserve?
Has anything ever happened in your life that you did not deserve?
I mean, maybe got an extra burger or something from McDonald's through the drive-thru, but nothing besides that.
Has anything ever happened to you in life and you didn't deserve it?
That I didn't deserve?
Yeah.
That's kind of tough because that I didn't deserve is kind of being subjective. I mean, I could feel very well feel like I didn't deserve it, but someone else may feel like, hey, he definitely deserved that, you know. So, I mean, I don't feel like it. I haven't I guess I'll say no to that. Yeah. I guess I'll answer that.
So it does give you what you deserve. It is fair.
It is fair, not all the time. No, sometimes yes.
Fredrick, you're a good man. I'm glad you called me. Will you call me again?
Oh, most definitely. You two are as well, Jesse.
All right, buddy. It's good to talk to you, Fredrick. I appreciate you.
No problem. Have a good day, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Nice man from Texas. Let's go to Brandon out of New York. Brandon, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. You're on the air, sir.
Hey, how's it going, Jesse?
All is well, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a big fan. I've been listening to you for a bit. You saved me. But I got to call you and disagree about the white girl and the black guy in the apartment building.
Yes, in St. Louis.
Yeah, she's pure evil.
And why do you say that?
Because she's not scared. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I know what a scared person looks like. And she ain't scared at all.
I was just so scared. She said that she did what her association told her to do, not to let anyone you don't know in.
So they're alone. There's nobody around. She wasn't scared at all, it seemed to me. A scared woman to me would have ran in her apartment, locked the door, and called the police.
Well, she definitely would not have followed him all the way to his place, that's for sure.
Oh, that's for sure. She was not a scared woman. She was pure evil, Jesse, pure evil.
But I don't know if she was pure evil. I think she overreacted. I think she did some things that are pretty weird, but I wouldn't call her pure evil.
All right. Well, like you say, overreacting
Yeah.
is definitely something that's not godly.
Well, yeah, because you're not supposed to have fear. You're right about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to call because I know you said the other day, even if not to follow anyone, if you see, like,
That's
I love
right.
you and everything, but I got to call you and let you know you're wrong.
Amazing. Thank you, Brandon.
You got it, man.
I appreciate it, buddy.